Hey guys, so after seeing some papers come in about the digestive system and what gets absorbed and what doesn't get absorbed and what the enzymes are, I decided that maybe I needed to do a little bit of reteaching. So what you see here is I have my bath towel of the digestive system, and it's being held up by my refrigerator, so we'll see how this goes. All right, so I'm going to start off right here with an almond M&M. So an almond M&M made out of sugar and chocolate. It is a carbohydrate. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to go through the digestive system. You're going to crunch up the almond M&M, mechanical digestion. Saliva from the salivary gland is going to come into your mouth and start breaking down the carbohydrates. That's it. It's going to go down your esophagus. Your esophagus does not have any enzymes in it at all. It's just a muscular food tube. All it does is push down the food. It's going to go into your stomach, and in your stomach, hydrochloric acid is going to continue to dissolve out the food, turn it into that liquid. That liquid is called chyme. Then it's going to go down into your duodenum. Now in your duodenum, enzymes, there's more amylase, which is the enzyme from your saliva that breaks down carbohydrates, are going to come in. Bile comes in from the liver and the gallbladder. And then there are other enzymes in the small intestine that are going to continue to break down all of that glucose from that M&M into something that the body can use. It's then going to travel all the way through the small intestine. But the important thing is that in the small intestine are these villi. The villi are the only part of the digestive system that do any glucose and nutrient absorption. Food is not absorbed anywhere else in the digestive system. So everything's going to be pulled out of this until there's nothing left but the waste product, and then it's going to go through the large intestine that is going to absorb any water that's in the waste, and then it's going to leave your body. So that's how carbohydrates work. So that would be the same thing as if it were the chocolate chip cookie. Chocolate chip cookie is made out of flour. So once again, the amylase, which is the enzyme inside the saliva, is going to break down the carbohydrates. Going to be pushed down by the esophagus into the stomach. Hydrochloric acid is going to dissolve it down further. It's going to go into the duodenum where more amylase is going to come in, bile is going to come in, and the other enzymes from the small intestine. Going to move through the small intestine, but in the villi, that's where the glucose and everything else is going to be absorbed and moved into the capillary network into the bloodstream. Then what the waste is going to go through the large intestine and leave the body. Now, proteins are a little different. So here's my piece of salami. Salami is going to be a compound food. It's got protein and it has fats. I'm going to chew it up, or my guy here is going to chew it up, and all that chewing up is going to do is make it small enough for it to be swallowed. The amylase from the salivary gland is not going to do anything to it because it's just protein and fat. The esophagus is going to push it down into the stomach. In the stomach, hydrochloric acid is going to dissolve it, but the stomach has an enzyme called pepsin, and it's that pepsin then that begins to break down the protein from the food. It's going to move into the duodenum once it's all into that liquid chyme. Here, the bile from the liver and the gallbladder is going to start breaking down the fats from the salami. Additional pepsin is going to continue to break down the proteins, and the amylase that's in there, whatever limited carbs are in there from the animal eating plants, because we know that happens, that is also going to take place. Then once again, it's going to move through the small intestine. All of the nutrients are going to be pulled out by the villi only and moved into the bloodstream. Then the waste is going to be moved through the large intestine, and any water in that waste is going to be absorbed by the large intestine. All right, so I hope that gives you a little bit better understanding. I can do it one more time. This time I got a big old Brussels sprout here. It's a plant, it's a carbohydrate, so it's going to follow the same pathway and it's going to be broken down in the mouth by the amylase from the saliva. It's going to be dissolved by the hydrochloric acid in the stomach. It's going to be broken down even further in the duodenum by the amylase released from the pancreas and the other enzymes from the small intestine. And then all of that glucose is going to be absorbed in the villi in the small intestine. All right, so I hope that helps. Please look back at this and use this to fill in your data table, and hopefully it helps you with some presentations. Hope you're having a great day. Bye.